Good
There we go.
morning, everybody. Oh my gosh, it's so good to be live again. I mean, I've always been alive. I just haven't been live. So, hi, Brenda.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I like that you've always been alive. I've always
I've
been
always been
alive.
alive. I am just live. Yeah.
So glad to know you've always been alive.
So, for those of you just checking in, I actually took the summer off from lives, had a lot of things going on this summer. And thank you for just giving me that break. It was well needed, it was much needed. Uh, but yeah, it's good to be back with you guys. I'm so glad that we're here to share. So, real quick, before we jump into our card, I want to give everyone a chance to get on to the live because they just got that notification. But if you're watching the replay, you're watching this after we've been live, I know you don't want to sit here and listen to me. So feel free to just scroll forward until you see my hands. When you see my hands, we're ready to start with our card. But I want to give everyone an opportunity to get on live with us today because, it's our first day back live. By the way, thank you for all the sweet messages in the comments. You guys seem excited that we are back live. Here's what I have to remember. Even though I needed the break over the summer with camping and Jenny getting engaged and all these things, and definitely some changes just here in the Stewart household, it was a needed break. But I keep forgetting that you guys have gotten to know each other. You've become friends. You share your lives with each other on these lives. So I'm excited for you guys to be able to come back together and share. And remember too, if you're watching the replay, feel free to leave us comments. We love to hear your comments. We love to hear what you guys are thinking of the cards and of the things that we have to share. So Brenda, anything new with you?
Oh, let's see. Well, I had to take my dad in for a little procedure yesterday, and I had to get up at 5 a.m. And you know how mornings are.
Oh, no.
That was beyond. I was up before the sun.
Oh.
So that's how I felt. So
that was a 2-cup of coffee day.
I don't even think I got coffee yesterday. Well, yes, I did. I was going to Bible study last night, and I was like, I gotta take coffee. It would be bad for the pastor's wife to fall asleep at study.
That would be bad.
Be so tacky. So, but good. It's been a good summer. My folks have been here all summer, and so that's been a real blessing for us. And lots of yard work and flowers.
It was so fun to see Brenda's parents. I haven't seen them in quite a long time. And I had a chance to go to Las Vegas with Brenda for a Stampin' Up! Leadership event called Backstage. And afterwards, I went and spent a few days at Brenda's house and got to see some friends I haven't seen in years. I used to live in Idaho where Brenda is. And then we moved to Oklahoma. So yeah, that was actually very, very, very special to go back.
But it was fun. So,
well, shall we get started on some cards?
I think so.
Okay. I am really, really excited to bring back to you guys flashcards. Now, if you are going, what is a flashcard? Or you're thinking of the addition and multiplication and, subtraction cards. No, different kind of flashcard. This is something I created. I want to say it was like back in 2012, maybe even before then. But it's a system that I designed where you create these pieces and you always have these pieces ready. Whenever you need to make a card, you can make it in a flash. And I haven't done them in a long time. It was actually a really, really popular series on my channel when I first started. It's time to bring them back. So we are going to feature a card today, a card layout. We're going to do 2 flashcards, so you're going to want to stick around for the second card. I have 2 versions, one a little more elegant, one a little more whimsical. Let's head over to my stamping table. Let's see what we've got. Well, first of all, we have a free download because everyone loves a free download. So as always, I've got this download for you. So while you're watching today's video, don't write down any measurements. Oh, heavens, no, we don't have time for that. I have it all down for you in this great download. This is free, by the way. I do not charge for my downloads. You can find it at simplysimplestamping.com, or if you look down in the YouTube description, there's a direct link to my post today. and the download will be there for you. So feel free to grab that, all my supplies, measurements. If you need to order anything, guys, I would love to be your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you click right here, you'll help me out a ton by ordering right there. And if you need to come back and watch the video again, QR codes save the day. You can click on this or you can scan that QR code. It's going to bring you right back to my video so that you can watch it again if you missed any of my tips and tricks. But everything you need is going to be there. I want this to stay somewhat nearby me because I want to make sure I have all the measurements for you. Let me share the first card that we're going to make. So I said with this one, a little more elegant and super easy, guys. So see this piece of cardstock? Not the card, but that is called a flash card. So let me show you. Flash cards, you can get 8 of these pieces out of one piece of cardstock. And you can get 8 out of your neutral. And you can see how they're just going to layer on top of each other. This is what I mean by making cards in a flash. And it really is a fun way to create cards and always have things ready. But we're going to create this one here. We've got some beauty on the inside. So let me share with you what you need to create the card. First things first, I have Pretty Peacock. Pretty is right. This is just an 8.5 by 11. And we're going to do some scoring on this and some cutting here in just a minute. My 2 colored flashcard pieces, Highland Heather and Blackberry Bliss. Who knew this would look so beautiful with Pretty Peacock, but it does. These are both the same, 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. And remember, you can get 8 of these out of one sheet. Now we're going to need, these are the basic white pieces. That's the color we're going to use on these. These are 2.5 by 4, and you'll need 2 of those. By the way, did I mention, this actually makes 2 cards. So we kind of get a little bonus card today. We get 2 for the price of 1. For the inside, because that is a dark cardstock, I want to have a piece inside. 2 pieces of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. That's it. We are going to make this fantastic card. So we're going to get started here with that Pretty Peacock. Let me grab my paper cutter that has my fantabulous scoring blade. So that's my cutting blade, dark blade, out of the way. We're not cutting yet. So first thing we want to do with the 11 inches up at the top, we are going to score at 5.5 inches. Don't score too deeply. All right. I'll show you why here in a minute. We're going to rotate this around. We're going to put the 8.5 at the top, and we're going to score again lightly at 4 1/4. Okay, we have this. I'm not going to move it. All right. Because now I want to take my cutting blade. Why did I score that? I don't know. I'm going to stop talking for a minute. You guys, can I just tell you what I'm doing? I'm creating a card that's coming up in the future because I was working on it yesterday. Ignore all that. You are not going to score at 4 1/4. You're going to cut at 4 1/4. Oh, come on. This is, did you expect me to come back live and get perfect? Oh my goodness, you know I won't. Yeah, I'm working on a really cool card coming up in the future, and that one's going to have a creative cut to it, but you're just going to have to stick around because that's coming up soon. All right, we're going to do a little quick bone folder score. Remember I said we're making 2 cards. All right, now we're going to do some magic with these pieces here. And I've got 2 different methods that you're going to be able to do this for. So can you see on my card that I have some punched out flowers? That is done with the Petal Park Builder Punch. That's my fabulous punch for today. But here's the thing. Do you see all these flowers and leaves? How on earth am I going to get those punched without destroying this piece of paper? Because I want to use it as a layer. I'm going to show you. There's 2 ways that you can cut from the center of this. And like I said, I'm going to show you both. So the first one I want to show you is that you can use any of your rectangle dies. I've got the deckled ones here. Maybe you have the stitched rectangles that we used to have. Anything. Look through labels, whatever you got. But we want to keep it kind of small. And we're going to kind of show that right there. Let me bring in, here's how you can test and make sure things are going to work. We just need 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So as long as we're inside there, we are good to go. So we can die cut that, or I'm going to go ahead and show you my other method. And that is doing it on my paper trimmer. Here's how it goes. I'm going to put this cardstock in at the 1/2 inch mark. Okay. I'm going to take my blade. I'm not going to go all the way up. And I'm just going to cut down to about there. I mean, here's the thing. It's as long as we're inside and we're only cutting here, we got plenty of room that we're not going to interfere with that white that's going to layer on top of it. Perfection is not the name of the game. Do you see what I did? I mean, it's sloppy, it's crooked, and I don't care because I will be able to cover that up. So I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and do that with this one. Because, no. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to do it with this one. I did it with the decal rectangle die. So either way, this is going to work. These are the pieces. I'm going to set these two off to the side. Where did the other one go? There we go. Let's set these off to the side for right now. And we're going to do our punching from these pieces. So let's see what you guys are saying while I do some punching here. Lori says, "Ooh, so clever." I know. I mean, I love to conserve cardstock. It's my jam. I love to see how I can conserve my cardstock. All right, can you see what I'm doing? We only want this top flower. So I need 6. So I'm going to get the 2 ends first because that's easy. So can you see how I'm just catching the ends? Now I have room right here, and I can get a flower here along with a few little slimy pieces that we don't need. Slimy, I don't know where that word came from. Just, there we go. This trash done. Okay, I've got my 6 flowers here. So this is the one I did with that rectangle die. And we will get these as well. Hey, if you have maybe like even a square punch or, you know, some kind of layable punch or something that you can get in there, whatever works, okay? Whatever works for you to be able to get in there and punch or cut or whatever you need to do from the center. But we're going to need 6 flowers, okay? All right, I have those. Now it's magic time. So I'm going to bring in a paper pierce mat. Now, if you don't have this, you might look at, like what am I trying to think of? A computer mouse pad, okay? Do you have one of those laying around? Something with a little bit of push. Now, there's several different ways that you can manipulate these flowers because right now, sorry guys, these are just a little boring for me. So we got lots of methods. I'm going to take my take your pick tool and the putty end that has that kind of nice little soft end to it. Look what I can do. Yeah, that's like super cute now. So you can use that. You can also use the stylus tool. Use the thick end, not the thin. I don't want to accidentally pierce through my cardstock, but if you do, don't worry, we will be covering it up. But that's another way. We look at that. They pop. Another thing you can do if you don't have that, a pen. So my pen is not like, okay, it's retracted. And you can use that. Look at that. See, that gives like this nice little center to my flower. So you can do that. I think you can even do it. Let's try it. What's the worst that's going to happen? I'm going to use the tip of my bone folder. And so lots of methods. Look around your desk. What have you got? Use it. Okay. So we have these gorgeous flowers, right? Okay. I'm going to set those right there. I'm done with the paper pierce mat for right now. And now we're going to do some stamping. I am going to need some grid paper underneath me. And we're going to be using the stamp set Gorgeously Made. It is a gorgeous stamp set. By the way, if you haven't seen the designer series paper that goes with it, it's like fantastic. All right, so this card is going to open this way. All right. I'm going to start with this. I don't know. Somebody tell me, what is this? It's a scribble. We're going to go with a scribble. Guys, guess what? We are only going to use 1 ink pad on this. Pretty Peacock. Yeah, this is going to be a quick and easy card. Now, another thing for me personally, I love to have cards created in advance. I like to have them already made. And this is a great card to do that. All right, you see how I stamped that one? I'm going to take, and by the way, I'm only going to be showing you one card, but you will be making two, okay? Remember, this makes two cards. I'm going to stamp that there on that side. Again, you're going to do that to both card bases and both inside pieces. Now we're going to take this. Again, this is just a word conglomerate. I don't know. I'm going to stamp off once because I want this to be light. And I'm going to stamp it right down there. That's for the inside. Now for the outside, we're going to get a little creative. So for this, I always want to stamp off because I want it to be nice and light. And we're going to go all the way down. We'll go across the top, just stamping off each time. And then we'll get the bottom. I am not worried about this in the middle because we're going to be covering it up. Okay. And look, I forgot to stamp off. Huh. Oh, well, it's all good. Okay. I have got these two pieces done. Just because I'm here, let's go ahead. Come on, adhesive. I am learning to hold this adhesive upright. It works so much better. All right, let's add this to the inside of the card. And let's get it straight, Connie. There we go. Now we're going to create our gorgeous focal image. All right, let's work on this. So we're going to bring in, you could probably do this with either. Oh my gosh, I just got ink everywhere. Look at what I did. Goodness. So you could use either one of these images, but I really liked this one. There is ink everywhere because I guess I had too much coffee today. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stamp that leaf image there. Now, if you wanted this to be like, I made it a thank you card. I need lots of thank you cards. In this stamp set, you have a thank you, a hello, and you're a great friend. So boom, I mean, there's 3 cards for you right there. But you could leave this blank and add a sentiment at the end. Okay, that's when I was talking about having cards ready to go. That's one of the benefits there. All right, let me see if I can do this without wearing all that ink. Not too bad. All right, now I'm going to show you how quick it is to put this card together. So remember, we had 2 of our little frames that we made. Well, I'm going to adhere this one to the Highland Heather. The other one you're going to make will adhere to the Blackberry Bliss. Okay, we're going to add that. Now I'm going to add this to my card front, and I'm going to put it kind of over here to the side. I'm going to line it up at the top and the left side because I had that little image there. We're going to do a little magic down here. But first, let's add some flowers. So I need 3 in each color. And can I tell you, I think the best way to add these is going to be with multi-purpose glue. And, ooh, it's coming out too fast. Hold on, hold on. Woo! That's what happens when you have it upside down. Let's try not to glob. Okay, I'm just going to put, I'm going to start with 3. And you can decide where you want these to go. But we will do, let's do this one down here. I want those leaves to kind of shine through. Margie says she always has ink on her. Margie, I am so glad I'm not alone. Oh, and it looks like it's Judy's anniversary. Well, happy anniversary, Judy. How exciting. How many years have you been with your spouse? I would love to hear. All right, we're going to add one here. Really, there's no right or wrong. It's just wherever you want to put your little flowers. But look how we were able to stretch that. Okay, I'm going to let these dry for just a second. And I'm going to add a little bling to them as well. I'm going to use, these are the iridescent pearls. I like these because I like that little iridescent look to it. It's just, I don't know, it's just a little extra special. So I'm going to use the little tiny ones, I think. I may have used the bigger ones on the first card, but you know what? It does not matter. But watch what happens to these flowers when we add that little iridescent pearl. Ooh, yeah. It kind of really pops and brings out the center. And on my next card I'm going to share with you, I've got a stamping technique that we're actually going to do, excuse me, on the flowers. So I hope you guys will stick with me. And let's see if Judy told us how many years. Oh, comments are flying. It's hard to keep up.
Connie.
Yes.
38 years.
38-year Judy. That's awesome. Thank you, Brenda. We need Brenda to pop in more often. Brenda, you need to maybe keep reading us some comments too, so we know what's going on with we. When I say we, I mean me, because I can't stamp and read chat at the same time, but I love to connect with you guys. All right, we're going to do one more piece of magic to this card. But I have to find it on my messy desk. There it is. We are going to take this natural wavy trim. It's beautiful. And I thought, look at that. Look at what a difference that makes on the card. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret. My first card, I'm going to zoom in. I tried to do it with tear and tape. Can you see the tear and tape? Yeah, it kind of showed through. That was not as successful as I wanted it to be. So round two, I'm going to show you, now that I've shown you what not to do, I'm going to show you the way you will do this. And that is the multi-purpose glue. And if you'll just draw yourself a line, okay, simple. I'm going to take my twine, it's hanging off both ends just a little. I'm going to lay that on there. And let me get, where's my iffy paper? I'm going to take this grid paper. I just don't want to get glue all over my fingers. But if we give that a press now, we'll let it dry. It will dry clear. Then we can come along right at the edge, snip. Oh, come on, here we go. And check out that. Doesn't that make it just extra special? And remember, once you've done this card, now you can make the other one. And you can see we've just reversed the mats. The flowers are the same. The stamping is the same. The inside is the same. All of that. But boom, we were able to make two cards. Leave the thank you off, and you can add whatever sentiment you want. All right. So see, there are my flowers for card number 2. All right, let's move on. I've got another card to share with you. This one we're going to go through a little bit quicker because now that you've seen me do everything, you kind of get the hang of it. But I have some tips and tricks for this card. This card is a happy card. I mean, woo, I love these colors, you guys. Love these colors. So to create this card, we're going to use, just like we did before, except I'm going to use Lemon Lime Twist. Put your sunglasses on, friends. You're going to need it for this card, but that's okay with me. It is also cut the same way. Remember, we scored at 5.5, cut at 4 1/4, and we've got our 2 card bases. Everything else on this is the same. There is our basic white pieces. No, where's this piece? There it is. Everything's just getting away from me. I have to tell Mr. Awesome he needs to build me a bigger desk. Okay. Remember, we had 4 1/4 by 5 and 2.5 by 4. And then my other flashcard pieces, Melon Mambo, Pumpkin Pie, hands down, some of my favorite colors together, 2 3/4 by 4. All right. Remember what we did before where we cut from the center, right? We did that to both of them. So work with me. We've done that to both of them. We have punched our flowers, all right? And here's what we're going to do. And you know what? Well, we're going to show you this way. I'm going to bring in my mat. And no, I'm going to bring in that paper. And let me show you. I've already done it to these, but I want to share with you how I did this. Do you see the polka dots I added? So for this card, my stamp set is not here, but it is called Around the Bend. And in this stamp set, where did my stamp go? Friends, I'm a hot mess. That's all there is to it. Okay, I have to, you know what? I think I left it over at my desk. Brenda, can you entertain people while I go find my stamp? All right, I got it. There we go. And I bet my stamp set was over there too. So we've got this great polka dotted background. And so let me flip this over and I'll just kind of show you. It works best if you will polka dot after you have punched. Again, speaking from experience. So you go, you polka dot, we're ready to go. All right. So you'll do all of your melon mambo flowers with melon mambo. Then you will do all of your pumpkin pie in pumpkin pie ink. All right. So let's pretend we have all that done. I'm going to do a little more stamping here. Bring that grid paper back in. And in Around the Bend, this is such a fun stamp set. Look at this ginormous swirl. I love this. Get ready. I'm actually going to use Granny Apple Green ink, not Lemon Lime Twist, Granny Apple Green. So I really only need to kind of ink up the center of this stamp. I'm going to put the dots at the bottom. And we're going to go about right there. Okay. Now we'll be able to add our sentiment. Remember what I said, sentiment can always come later. In this particular stamp set, there is a hello there. And I'm going to do that in black ink. See if I can get it straight. We'll see. Maybe I got it straight. Maybe I didn't. Not too bad. All right. So we've added our hello there. And I'll tell you what, because you've already seen me do this through the magic of television, that is what your focal image is going to look like. And for this one, I use the rhinestone basic jewels. See how bright and shiny? So fantastic. Remember, we're going to do one on the melon mambo and one on the pumpkin pie. Now I want to share with you how to stamp your card. So here's my lemon lime twist. This one is going to open this way. Remember, our last one went portrait. Now we're going to go landscape. Coming back in with the Granny Apple Green, and we will stamp. Again, everything I'm using here is from the Around the Bend stamp set. But look at that. Ooh, so cool. All right. We're going to add these in the upper left and bottom right corner. Now, I'm going to set that aside. Remember, you're doing it to 2 cards. I'm also going, what am I doing? Let's move that. We need this. So now we're going to come in. We're going to do the inside of the card. And for that, let's bring in Melon Mambo. And you remember those polka dots? Watch this. We're going to add polka dots and polka dots. Easy. Now I'm going to clean my stamp. That part's important because we don't want a mucky muck of my next color. Clean that. Now we'll come in with pumpkin pie, and we are going to add here polka dots and polka dots. All right. Now a little bit of green. Let's grab that Granny Apple Green. And there's just some little leaves in this stamp set. And you're just going to kind of fill in wherever you want. There's really no right or wrong here. Just have some fun. Okay. 1, 2, whoops. 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Love, love, love. So there's our room to write our message. Remember, this was just a hello there card. So there's really no reason to have a message on the inside. We will add this to the inside of our card. And this one, I'm telling you, this one was a super, super fast card. And I know there are just times we're heading out the door. We need the cards in a hurry. Now let's add our focal image and just adhesive on these edges. That will fit right inside my little border. And there we go. What do you guys think? Oh, Judy says Connie is the queen of filling in and DIY DSP. I know. Well, I don't know about the queen, but I do. I love to conserve, and I love to kind of make my own things. You know, not everything needs designer series paper. And guys, the flashcard system is so easy because when you're ready to make these cards, you just grab 2 of these pieces if you create them in advance. And by the way, there's a video on my YouTube channel. If you'll search creating with the flashcard system, that is where you'll find my video on how to make your own flashcards. I'd love for you guys to be able to do that. You're going to see more flashcards from me in the future. These are just 2 that I created. And you know, they're fantastic cards to have on hand when you need a card in a hurry. So, okay, I also, before I let you guys go, would you like to see what we're going to make next week? I have got 2 fun cards for Thursday, September 14th. These are some wonderful pop-up cards. They lay flat for mailing, but when the recipient gets it, boom, pop. We've got designer series paper, really great, possibly a masculine card there. Here's a little happy birthday one. Kind of move some things around. Ribbon, all kinds of good stuff. I love a good pop-up card, and you can play with them. All right, September 14th. I hope you guys will join me for that video because it's going to be fun. We will be back live, same time, same channel, Thursday, September 14th. Yay. Friends, thank you so much for being here. I always hope that you enjoy the videos. You guys know I love being live with you, and looking forward to sharing lots of cards with you now that we are back live until next summer, I guess, right? Brenda, thanks so much for being here, taking care of everybody, sharing those measurements. You're the best. Mwah. Love you guys. Make it a great day. Go create some cards, share and spread some love and joy. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.